So now we're going to get creative at home, and for this piece of work we just need a piece of paper and a pencil. So go and get those and then we'll be ready to start. So we're going to start the activity by writing out the words thank you across the page. You need to write each letter as a capital letter, all will become clear. So all I'm doing is just using my pencil, and I'm going to be creating some images from the letters. Let's see if you can figure out what the first image might be. Have you guessed what it is yet? Well, it's definitely an image of a female. So keep looking and keep having a think who you think it might be. I think you've guessed it by now. My first image is a picture of a nurse, and we definitely need to say thank you to all those nurses who have helped during this crisis. So there you go. We've nearly completed our first image. So if you want to take a break, pause the video, and if not, carry on watching. A bit more shading going on there. There we go. Now we're going to start with our second letter, the H. And we're going to start our second image. Again, keep watching and see if you can figure out this image. These people have worked alongside the nurses throughout this pandemic. So keep watching and see if you can figure out the image that I'm trying to draw here. Yeah, that's right, the doctors. So a huge thank you for all the doctors and all the nurses for helping us during this crisis. So for my next picture, I'm going to use letter A and letter N. So keep watching and see if you can figure out what I'm going to draw now. Well, it is supposed to be a scooter with somebody sat on top. So these people helped out with all our deliveries. So usually putting big parcels on the back of the scooters and delivering them to different houses. Now, as I'm drawing this, you can't quite see the face because my screen is not picking that up, but don't worry, at the end I'll move my piece of paper and then you can see the whole image. So you can see how I'm adding detail by just shading in and using the pencil to give me some light and dark shades. So now we're going to start with the letter K and a little clue about my next picture. These people kept us informed throughout the pandemic. Well, actually they keep us informed all the time, but they were particularly useful during the pandemic. And I know that I relied on them every day for giving me lots of information. Oh, I've made her look a bit grumpy. I might have to change that later. but that's the really good thing about using pencil. You can use a rubber and make alterations. Have you worked it out yet? Well done if you spotted that it's supposed to be all the reporters that helped with all the news, and they continue to help with all the news throughout the day. And I have to admit that I was watching and listening to the news quite a lot initially, but it's got a bit better now, so I don't listen as much, probably once a day when I watch the evening news at 6 o'clock. Now on to the letter Y, and this is a little bit tricky because I've got to try and get the proportions right, so I might have to redo some of it. We'll see how we get on. So without these people, our streets would not be clean and tidy. So a big thank you goes out to all those bin men and all those people who are sweeping our streets and keeping them tidy. Thank you. On to our last two letters, and these members of our community have helped to keep law and order and to keep us safe on the streets, and they've been helped out by another organisation. So hopefully all will become clear in a few minutes. So I've drawn here a policeman and a member of the army, a soldier, because they've done a great job during the last couple of months. Well, they're always doing a great job, but particularly over the last couple of months, they've really helped everybody. So a big thank you to them. So there you are, they're all the people who have helped us over the last few months, and a big thank you to all of them. So now I'm just going to add a little bit more detail and just a little bit more shading, just to tidy the picture up a little bit. I'm not happy with my man on the bike, so I'm just going to tidy this up. I've just rubbed a little bit out there. I'm going to make the parcels a little bit larger on the back of the bike. See if that looks a little bit better. And again, you still can't see his face at the top, but don't worry. I'll move my picture down right at the end and then you get a better view. I'm not good with faces, so I'm going to try and have another go at his face at the top. So another way you can get some shade into your work is just by rubbing your fingers over the lead of the pencil and just shading in that way, but be careful, your fingers get really messy. Oh, this face, she looks so grumpy. I need to give her a better outline so she looks a little bit happier. I've had to play around with this face quite a bit. I just don't like what I'm doing. So I'm going to redo it. That's better. She doesn't look as grumpy now. That's the shading round this arm area here. Just going to go over the little bits of the camera stand. Make it a little bit sturdier. Looks a little bit like it's going to collapse at the moment. That's right. Let's go over a little bit here bit more detail, bit more shading, tidy those feet up, and then we're nearly getting there. Here we go. So there we go. A huge thank you to all those people who have helped during the COVID crisis. Have a go yourself and see how you get on. Get creative at home and enjoy.